Dude, you should hit his 100-foot jump.
No.
Why? If someone donates $100,000 and I get my head tattooed, will you hit it?
No.
Come on, I'm trying.
What about on a moto?
Maybe on a. If I could follow someone off it, I'll hit it, but not on a bicycle.
It's pretty cool on a moto too.
There's
Do you
no
just
way.
go over the hill? Or?
We like rolled down the step. We aired the step down and then like kind of let it idle in his third gear and just bop bop bop. And
cool.
that was when the ramp was back. Actually, it was 110 to the knuckle. Damon guineaed it because he's just, I don't know. I guess he grew up racing moto and he's better. Like him and Mikey, dude. They just like do like a couple test runs. They're like, I gotta go. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do like 10 more test runs, dude.
Yeah.
And then I don't trust my throttle control.
Yeah.
But so then he drops in and he's on a 250F and he's third, and then he clicks fourth because rather to overshoot than undershoot, goes like $160.
Holy.
Literally 50 feet down the landing, and I'm like, I literally started my bike to start riding down there immediately because I thought he was fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
You just see him drop.
Dude, it's so goddamn high and just kept going up and up and up and up. And I'm like a couple hundred feet up on the hill and he's just all and then he rode out of it. Like it was insane.
Damn. And then you hit it?
Yeah. And then but yeah, then that's why, I don't know, for mountain bikes, you realize like by the time I'm doing the record, the ramp will move back past that. But if you go deep, then you'll be fine. It's a 120-foot long landing, but like you don't really want to land down there, but it's good to know you probably could.
You can, yeah. So wait, you're doing like a 150-foot backflip, right?
Yeah.
When's that going down?
Whenever it happens, I guess. It's I was trying to do it 2 years ago even, but everything wasn't set up. And then last year I was going to do it, and then my shoulder started coming out, so I had to put it on a hiatus. Got it fixed, and then just a week ago we went out and hit it for the first time since shoulder surgery, and it's still at 85, but we probably jumped like 100 feet. And I've already, last year I flipped it at 100 at it was same 85 to the knuckle, flipped it to 110, and it was awesome. It felt great, but then that was like right before it started popping out. So like I haven't put out any of the footage or anything because that's the stepping stone, and I don't want to show it until like a whole finished product's done. But right now we're just chipping away at it again, and it'll be like, I don't know, maybe a couple days. Maybe try to go this weekend. I don't know if you're free. Might as well. We need to document it.
Yeah, dude, I'm there.
Hopefully I'll flip it the next time I ride it, a couple times, around 100, and then we'll start scooting it back. Like I just do 10-foot, 20-foot increments.
The one you did in Mammoth, was that 100?
100 on the nose, yeah. Like literally 100 foot, 3 inches.
Whoa.
Is that still the record right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you beat it without it official.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it's, and people have actually started going pretty close to it, probably 90 feet, maybe 95 or so, like really close. And same thing, unofficial, but that's why I wanted to do 150 so it stands for a long time, maybe ever, who knows. I don't want to do 110 or 120,
right.
Yeah.
So, but the cool thing about 150 is that's like the official distance record too, longest jump period on a bike. So that's why it's a little bit more meaningful. But then like Fabio Widmer and that dude just jumped a ski jump, like a ski jump, full downhill, and it was around $150 or something. But still, ramp to dirt's different. But I'll try to even probably go further then, just for that,
Yeah, because so when you're jumping, it's like comfy at 100 when it's 85 to the knuckle.
Yeah.
So you would move it to 120 or something?
Yeah, probably 120. And then the biggest thing is figuring out speed, like having like marks up the hill and remembering like how fast it rolls in the morning versus the afternoon, because learned a lot in Mammoth about like just difference in, it had to have been just barometric pressure, but like 4 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour difference from morning to afternoon with like same tire pressure, checking those because obviously that can fluctuate with heat, but like on the spot, same tire pressure, same visor position, everything, and going 4 mile an hour faster, which is the equivalent of like almost 30 feet.
Damn.
It was like 6 to 10 feet per mile an hour. So like is a trip. So like if you hit it in the morning, like, yeah, good. And all of a sudden you just case it, So you need to have like a lot of, that's why it's going to take so much time, and I want to do it right. Cause like, dude, Mammoth is one of the safest things I've ever done. Like biggest backflip ever on a bike, but like we did all the due diligence and all the practice and everything. It was like good people building it. And I've been I don't know, had been pretty well educated and experienced on like setting up the bike and figuring it all out. So
the setup you have now, are you basically like bombing down a hill, or do you have to get towed in, or?
it's all downhill. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing against like people towing in, but I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
I think it's way sicker if you're rolling in. That's why we're on mountain bikes. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like half moto if you're getting towed in because they know the mile an hour and stuff. And it's like,
Right. Okay.
I just think it's way sicker. Mammoth, I want to do dirt to dirt. So like make sure that was a big thing for me. This one, with it being so much bigger, ramp to dirt, gravity fed, scooting it back, like it's all good.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. To do 150-foot backflip, that's so far, and to beat the longest record. Like you're just stacking a huge stack on top of just the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the probably the biggest focus for my year. Again, I wanted to do it a couple years ago, and then didn't really have the support or the funding. And I ended up just building the jump myself, paying SPT when they were still in business for build the ramp, $8,000 or $8 or $9,000, and then work with them. That was super fun, but like just paying, and then probably have $15,000 into the landing, or so it's probably like maybe 10, so like almost a $20,000 jump so far, just out of pocket,
crazy.
but like it's something I really want to do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it'll promote myself and my sponsors. So essentially make it back, but like it's you got to kind of run it like a business,
Yeah. Or a census, have that a census ramp or something.
For sure.
That's the
census
coolest
ads and everything.
Yeah, that's the coolest part about you owning your own, huh?
Yeah, and then knowing how to run the production, and like from learning a lot from my event, there's just like you don't have to have someone else step in and run it for you. Like you can run it and be the producer, and you can. So I'm essentially producing this whole thing, and I'm gonna have to hire the filmers and like hiring you to come out and shoot the BTS stuff, and like then when the time comes, then I'll be able to give her over to ESPN.
Sick, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So do you already have that deal in place, or is that something you're trying to sell to ESPN?
I'll probably still have to kind of sell it after it's done, but they've already verbally committed an email saying that that's something that they'll air, because the World of X Games lines up pretty well because they need content. It's Monster affiliated, and I guess the ratings on my event were actually pretty good, and the amount of views it got, but it's, in my opinion, it wasn't. It kind of sucked. Like we didn't get, like, it was a huge learning curve, and like and just the production was pretty tough, and understand it, like figuring out how quickly you can spend like $60,000 on a production crew and like build and all this stuff, and then I end up losing just a little bit of money on the event, but it's a huge learning curve, and you obviously learn more from your failures than your successes. So like but the fact that my first one, I didn't really lose too much money, and it got good ratings, and it got on ESPN, was like a huge win, you know? So pretty proud of that, but I learned a lot. Like, I'm just going to produce this one. And then they said that, judging on the past one, they're going to run it too, and I would think it'll be 100 times better.
Yeah. You're talking about biggest Slow Fest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'll probably try to do next year again too, make it maybe biannually. Not really sure.